ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report, the international phenomenon known as the Pro Wrestling Report. Damian Nelson sitting alongside Frank Cosentino. This is PWR Daily for Monday, January the 14th.
Yes.
Not that late yet. It's Monday, January the 8th, 2006. Maybe it's the 7th. We never know the date. There's a reason we never know the date, and if you're smart, you'll figure that
out. And yes, you are smart.
Frank, take it away, because this is your segment. I'm mere pepper to your mashed potatoes.
Pepper? Yes. Right. I'm from Idaho all of a sudden. Here we go. Emails galore, and we're going to start with Michael Wade from the ATL.
Is that Dwayne Wade? That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta.
I call it Hotlanta.
Rocklanta.
What is up? I just want to get your thoughts on the SmackDown Sprint announcement, and do you think that it will make the Royal Rumble buyers go up, or the buys go up, or do you think we'll have it all seen it before?
SmackDown Sprint's a great concept. It's a great way to get build up into the Royal Rumble. And SmackDown does not have a pay-per-view to support them between now and the Royal Rumble. The first edition was this past Friday on SmackDown. I think it's got some legs. We'll see what happens.
Oh, by the way, Damian King Booker sucks, and he should just quit because Batista is going to retain the World Heavyweight title.
We have had a long-standing rule here in this program.
That's the
reason we will never refer to a professional wrestler as sucking, because the commitment, the physical demands, and the amount of effort that they have to put in their job, even a bad wrestler doesn't suck. So you can have your opinions that wrestlers are bad or good, but wrestlers never suck on this program.
Exactly.
But, all hail King Booker. Thank you very much.
Hey, guys, this is Jared from Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Seen the Subway commercials? Hey, I'm just asking. I don't know.
More meat.
He could have been in John Cena in the commercials.
I've been looking at the WrestleMania 23 rumors on the internet about the matches. I've had a few ideas about some of the matches, and I'd like to hear your points of view. Real quick, John Cena versus Jeff Hardy for a WWE title.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Batista versus Undertaker for the World Heavyweight title.
Possibly.
That could happen.
Be an okay match.
Can't do Meathead's Boogeyman.
Undertaker could carry Batista through that match pretty good, too.
Yeah, Boogeyman versus Umaga. How?
I have no desire to see that match.
Hulk Hogan versus the Great Khali. No, I don't know. Well,
it'd be like Undertaker and I'll call him. No, I won't call him that because we're on TV. Giant Gonzalez, yes, at WrestleMania 9. That's ugly.
Do you think
folks.
one day we can get Meathead to wear the Giant Gonzalez uniform?
No. Next.
MVP versus The Rock.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy. Dark Kennedy versus Stone Cold.
Ooh.
No.
Could be on something there.
Bobby Lashley versus Black Lashley versus CM Punk.
Black Lesnar versus CM Punk.
Black Lesnar. CM Punk versus Tommy Dreamer for the ECW title. And finally, a computer simulation match. Either Randy Savage in his prime versus Jeff Hardy, Bam Bam Bigelow in his prime versus Umaga, or Mickie James versus the Fabulous Moolah in her prime.
Bam Bam and Umaga would be the one I'd pick for that matchup. I don't know about Savage and Hardy. I don't see no fun in that.
Paul Hardy.
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Yeah, that's true. Paul Hardy from Ireland.
Is he doubling up?
He is. I was recently watching.
Carl Love set in for you last week. And
admirably.
I gave him a joke about the doubling up, and he didn't get it. I don't understand. I'm just saying. You carry on. Did you get that shirt back from him?
No.
He said he borrowed a shirt from you. Liked it so much you wore it 3 days in a row.
Later, Carl, if you're watching. Paul Hardy from Ireland. I was recently watching the PWR Honors and was recently surprised by you. I did vote in all the categories, but it wasn't until I watched the Honors that I realized that you missed out. In the Match of the Year category, you didn't have a SmackDown Match of the Year, and before you say there wasn't one, you are missing a very good match from No Way Out between The Undertaker and Kurt Angle. Now that I brought this to your attention, I'm sure you want to give that match the credit it deserves. I agree. I thought it was a pretty good match.
It's a great match. Not everything can be nominated. Cop can't pull everybody over.
Brad Jones. Hey, guys. This is Brad from Seattle, Washington.
Been there. Love that city.
I wanted to
Starbucks on every corner.
Yes. Well, because the headquarters are out there, too. I want to know your opinion on the Kurt Angle Samoa Joe storyline. Do you think they pushed these 3 matches too quickly instead of having Angle wrestle Christian Cage or Sting?
How many Rockies were there?
6.
And hopefully we will see no more than 6 Angle Joe matches. We're up to 3 coming up in the pay-per-view here.
But do you think they're pushing it too quickly?
It works. Hey, it's heat. It's fans are still buying into it.
Chemistry there.
It's still got a story. Eventually, you don't want to blow your load right away, and you want to make sure you have somebody else for Kurt Angle to go after and prolong that storyline. They just re-signed Sting apparently to another 1-year deal, so I think they've got some time for that.
Darren from Syracuse, New York. I just want to put my 2 cents in on Mania. First, who cares about Triple H? The only match worth watching is Triple H versus HBK. I believe DX will break up, and this will be one match at WrestleMania. What do you think? No, they've done that so many times.
Has it been more than 3 years? Because, it rolls back after 3 years.
I think it's been 3 years.
You can do it over again. Unless you're WCW, then it was 3 weeks. Just saying.
Ryan from Vancouver, Washington writes, "Hey guys, love the show. I've been watching for a few months."
Vancouver, Washington?
Yes.
All right.
That's what it says.
It does.
First, I believe WWE dropped the ball by not having Orton beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 21. Do you think it would work to have Mr. Kennedy end Undertaker's undefeated streak? I just don't think I think that streak will live on in WrestleMania history. I might be wrong on that. It's my opinion, of course, but I think that's something that will just keep going. He may pin someone and then at the end get the crap beat out of him, but I think the streak of winning is something that WrestleMania kind of, is he going to lose? Because then that spark is gone the following year if he does wrestle again.
Mm-hmm.
Can the streak continue again? Well, God, the guy's 40-something years old now. How much longer can he do this?
Yeah. I think his last WrestleMania match, if billed as being his last match that occurs at WrestleMania, the streak will continue. However, if it's his last WrestleMania match and nobody knows it's his last WrestleMania match, I can easily see him losing it and retiring later down the road.
Mr. Kennedy, a wrestler that can do that.
I think so.
Paul from Banbury, England.
It's across the pond.
Yes, it is. I recently noticed that since Trish Stratus and Lita have retired, that Mickey James, I think you mean Mickey James, and Melina. I'm reading it as...
You are, and I just was able to interpret it a little faster.
I've taken over their roles. In other words, replaced them. Do you think this is the case?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Melina's a great diva.
She is, but they need women wrestlers that are going to continue that going.
You said it. Women wrestlers. We had a lot of heat, actually, on the Honors program because of the nominees for Diva of the Year. And it was Diva of the Year, not Female Wrestler of the Year, which was a category that was not voted on. We'll make sure to include that for the 2007 Honors. I think that Melina can do what she needs to do in the ring. She's not a wrestler. You look at your wrestlers you got left. Victoria, Mickey James.
That's it. But there's eye candy there, too.
Meathead was saying on last week's Pro Wrestling Report something about having it there.
Yeah. No, I don't understand it. That's Meathead-isms. We just don't understand. John Stevens in Detroit, Michigan writes,
Kentucky, the Motor City.
A bit of a Lucha Libre fan myself and would like to see it more often. I wasn't big into it back in ECW and WCW, mainly because I was very young and didn't really know much about it then. So I have a few quick Lucha questions for you guys.
Lucha questions.
This one may be good for Meathead, being WCW mark that he is. What do you think of Lucha Libre style wrestling? Would you like to see it translated or subtitled for the States? And does it have a place in the American fan base?
You can watch it on, I believe it's Telemundo.
Yeah.
It airs each weekend, and I watch it. I understand what they're saying, but it's a six-sided ring, AAA promotion. Phenomenal wrestling. Very phenomenal wrestling.
Yeah, until El Dandy came along and kind of ruined it. Finally, on this Monday, January 7th or 8th, depending on where you live, Danielle from Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania writes, "Hey guys, love the show, and Damien, you're very funny. You're a very funny guy. I just have a two-part question. We still seeing VKM modeling fooled out themselves.
making
fools out themselves, as I try and read this correctly. Do you think BKM will ever drop the DX storyline, and Triple H and Shawn are not even talking about them?
They will not be acknowledged by WWE. There's no reason for WWE to acknowledge them, and I think VKM, I think that they feel they're being successful, does TNA with this angle, and I think it'll keep going as long as they feel it needs to.
Yep.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you for your emails, and
Yes.
you can participate in this very program. We bill ourselves as being one of the most interactive wrestling forums in the world, and you can send us an electronic mail message to mail@pwrshow.com to have your email considered for this very program, and even Fan of the Week on the weekly edition of the Pro Wrestling Report. Speaking of which, don't forget to check out the Pro Wrestling Report, which is available on this website, and also the 2006 Pro Wrestling Report honors. Frank, last year, 407,000 plus checked out.
That is all you.
The Pro Wrestling Report television show, most of that coming in the second half of the year, and it's
All the
overwhelming
credit
at
goes to
times. So,
all of you out there.
thanks for tuning into this Monday edition of PWR Daily. Frank and I will join you again tomorrow here on PWR Daily. Thanks a lot, folks.